Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Paige and this is Life on Earth. Today's reading is going to be for the collective and or whoever needs to hear this message. Before we get into the tarot to take a closer look into the past, present, and future and the person that's on your mind, I have some oracle cards here that I have pulled specifically for you and meditated over a little bit. So let's see what Spirit is highlighting for you at this time. From the Moonology Oracle, we have the card New Moon in Scorpio, Work Through Your Fears. And then I pulled two cards from the Heart Code Oracle. The first one is number 27, Twin Flame. And the second one is number 30, Trust. What I'm getting from these three cards here is that there are some aspects of yourself that you are being encouraged by Spirit to learn more about at this time. And, I'm sure that if you are doing some deep shadow work, really diving into your subconscious, making sure that there's no stone left unturned, that some things are bound to be uncomfortable and some fears are bound to come up. But just know that at this time, you are being supported in a divinely orchestrated way, especially if we're dealing with a twin flame here. A twin flame is said to be one soul split into two bodies, and when they meet, it is supposed to be an experience in which you are able to see your mirrored soul so that you can learn from the situation to be in your highest timeline, to be your best self. So I think with these three cards coming up here, Spirit is just advising me to tell you that if you are experiencing some kind of mirrored situation or a synchronicity that is really bringing up a lot for you, to acknowledge the fear or the fears and just keep on having faith that you are going to make it out of this situation in a way that you may have never even dreamt possible. Let's read from the guidebook on Twin Flame number 27 and then Trust. A twin flame steps forward to prepare you for a period of accelerated growth. If you do not have a partner, expect a new relationship to blossom in the coming months. If you are currently in a relationship, expect it to intensify as you are lovingly pushed outside of your comfort zone. A twin flame offers a direct reflection of yourself, a vibrational match designed to encourage more of the self to emerge. These relationships open the doorway of truth, pushing against your boundaries to free you of limitations and repetitive cycles. They encourage you to acknowledge your shadow aspects, release your burdens, and heal past wounds. Now let's read Trust, number 30. Trust. Your deep-rooted trust issues are compromising your relationship. Perhaps you do not trust that your partner is remaining faithful, so you question every move they make. Maybe you do not trust a friend's intention, so you feel the need to be cautious around them. This heart code indicates your fears and suspicions are unfounded and you have no reason to be concerned. Your energy could be used in a more positive and productive manner. Contemplate what experiences have led you to becoming so mistrusting and begin to heal the emotional aspects attached. It is time to lower your protective barriers. It is time to let go of fear. Okay. Spirit, for the collective and or whoever is watching this and needs to hear this message, please help me to translate whatever you want to highlight at this time to the best of my ability. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching and clicking on this video. What's going on in the present moment? In the present moment, it seems as though you are taking your time to gain a new perspective that is aiding in your pursuit of reaching an ending. I believe that you may be stalling on cutting ties completely or allowing for a situation to come to a complete end due to, comfortability or just it being hard to let go or whatever the case may be. But I do believe that Spirit is advising for me to tell you that once you do fully let this ending be dead, done, and over with, you are truly going to be very happy that you made that decision. I think that this time that you are taking to gain a new perspective on how to approach this ending so that it is truly authentically over for you and that you're not carrying out some other energy that's stuck to it into your next endeavor comes from the approach that you have been taking when it comes to your line of work or creative endeavors. I believe that the focus that you have been putting into whatever it is that you are focusing on and paying attention to detail with is truly letting this be an experience in which you, yes, want to get this ending over with, but you are having more patience with yourself than you have in the past. What happened in the past that is influencing the present moment? In the past, I see that you may have been very confused as to why you had such a conflicting relationship when it comes to abundance and financial security. And I think that this bled out into other parts of your life, especially into the relationship aspects of your life. I think that there was this energy that you are now addressing and gaining a new perspective on that has to do with conflict and quarrelsome energy when it comes to meeting new people and working together in groups and, just how you go about approaching relationships in general. I think that in the past, this underlying quarrelsome nature that you had that was deep, in a deep-rooted way, more so about fear of being hurt, led to a lot of aspects of your life being, not quite sure if it's an illusion or if it's actually reality. I think that this may have created something that seemed so out of control and so unfixable for you, when all you needed to do was pay attention to that mirror aspect that you have seen in someone else, acknowledge the aspects of your childhood that have got you here, and at least be willing to let them go. What is the lesson to be learned here? The lesson at hand to be learned is that two things. When you are feeling like you are not capable of acknowledging that there is support for you available whenever you need it, and that part of you that feels left out in the cold, things like that, not only does that part of you need just as much patience and love as any other aspects of your being, but that in order to, find the root of the reasons as to why there are still aspects of you that feel left out in the cold and that feel like they're suffering without any help or assistance, you can simply look inward. And, I think that there may have been a lot of time in your life where you relied strictly on or for the most part, on external help or external answers, seeking help in a way that was more so codependent and desperate than it was actually just wanting some insight from another person's perspective. So I think that the lesson to be learned here is that you have all of the answers within you, and all that you need to do is keep putting forth that effort that you are putting into, the present moment, like you are now, like you're trying to gain a new perspective in order to let this death be a death and an ending so that you can transform. Keep doing this, because this not only will sharpen your ability to heed good advice from yourself and your intuition and everything like that, but it's also going to make you a more disciplined person overall and give you so much more structure. What is the challenge here? The biggest challenge in this situation? The biggest challenge that I'm seeing here is that there is kind of like a deadline when it comes to this situation. If you want to get the most out of what is going on for you, what's going on for you is a lot of luck and destiny is on your side. Like I said before, with the divinely orchestrated events and support, you are approaching a time where I think that you are intuitively very aware that you are trying to reach a place where you are happy and content with your relationships and how you go about them, but you are still really finding it challenging to meet this deadline due to the fact that there's some part of you that feels like you were cheated in this situation, whatever the situation may be. It may be with a twin flame. It may be with some other kind of soulmate that you decided before you came to this earth and this life to have, to meet and to experience certain things with, karmically speaking. Excuse me. So the challenge here I'm getting is to really be able to trust in divine timing and let yourself see things from a different perspective, feel in a more highly attuned way, and do not be afraid to go really, really, really deep when it comes to getting to the root of this problem. According to what is going on in the present and in the past, what is likely to come in the near future, and how can we prepare for it? Considering the energy that we have here and the situations that I'm just reading, it is likely that the near future is going to result in a small victory, I'll say. I see that you are, from this situation, going to be weighing out your options, and when it comes to, like I said, you may feel like you're running out of time. So I feel like you're going to just make this deadline, and you're going to wind up feeling very, very, very grounded and with a new perspective, especially when it comes to creating abundance in your life in all areas. I do see that a part of this is having to do with your ability as a manifester and a master at navigating your own energy through this life. I think that you are going to feel like you are on top of the world and have truly come out the other end of this a brand new person, reset, refreshed, and with like this whole new ability to manage your life. So, as far as the situation with the person that is on your mind goes, what is going on in the present moment? As the energy reads, the situation with you and the person that is on your mind at this moment is pretty damn ugly. I do get that there is this underlying dishonesty on someone's part and some attachment to negativity and things that are and can and will aid into self-imprisonment and things of that nature. I am not going to say, especially if this is a twin flame situation, I'm not going to say that this is anyone doing this intentionally, but I will tell you that as the energy reads, there are probably fears and coming up for both of you and ego battles, and I think that this all came from the two of you meeting and not really knowing what hit you type of thing. You and where you're at in this connection. Yeah. Where you are at in this connection is you are in the process of experiencing some kind of initiation into a higher learning, a higher understanding, some great wisdom, and that is due to the fact that you have been dealing with suffering and a broken heart when it comes to this situation. I think that there is a part of you that has really changed in the way that you, just because you are feeling heartbreak when it comes to this person, you are still challenging yourself to not let it bleed out into other parts of your life in the way that it totally sucks you into it. And you have been focusing more on your creative endeavors or your projects or your work than you ever have before. And you're not just doing it just so you can get this heartbreak off your mind, but you're doing it to let this be a transformative experience. Where is the person that is on your mind at right now in this situation? I feel like the person that is on your mind at this moment is kind of avoiding coming up with an inspired solution as to how to address the situation at hand, but there is still hope and support that is guiding them to do what makes them feel best. I believe that they have been guided to not give you a certain amount of information that you have desired. This could be a lack of communication or something to that extent. And this is because they are kind of set in their ways when it comes to certain things, especially with their work and how they create abundance, but how and where they feel that they've come from and what they deserve and what others deserve. It's a very kind of beautifully guided and beautiful energy, but it can be kind of, I'm just sensing, I'm not sure what the word is. What is the advice here? The supporting energy and some hidden aspects. The advice here is to truly become a person who is grounded and is able to withstand any emotional upheaval or situation in your life that can be testing. The advice here is to make the most out of this while it is happening, even though it may be possibly one of the greatest heartbreaks of your life. It is therefore also the greatest gift. Some supporting energy with this advice is if you are feeling like you are overthinking and you can't stop worrying about the situation and that it is causing you so much pain that you can't even move forward, try to make the most out of this being a mirrored situation, to say the least, and look at the fact that this other person in this connection is not coming up with inspired solutions. So maybe you should take the wheel here and be, a better influence on them. There had to be some things that they have taught you to make you feel so connected to them. So maybe be the teacher in this situation. I did pull the mentor from the Wild Unknown Archetype Oracle before, but there was just so much energy coming through that I couldn't even finish what I started writing about the oracles that I'd pulled. Anyway, what is the outcome and what is left to consider here as the energy reads? The outcome here seems to be that of this situation with you and the person that is on your mind is that you are going to feel defeated in one way or another, or this person is going to feel defeated in one way or another. Maybe you both will. But from these endings and these crumblings of old perspectives and these focusing on if we can tell an illusion from the reality and diminishing the pain that our childhood perspectives have caused us, come new love and new love offers. And we want to make sure that this is something that we are going to be ready to experience, because if we don't learn from this lesson and truly let it transform us, then we are doomed to repeat the past. And if there's a lot of suffering, it's all about how you want to experience the journey. So, okay, I hope that you guys got something from this message. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.